Miss your favorite show? Download the podcast at kcaaradio.com.
The doctor is in. Welcome to the Psychic Love Doctor Show with host Deborah Lee. Deborah has been practicing, teaching, and perfecting the personal prophecy card reading method for 20 plus years. This life-affirming, highly perceptive reading method has taught Deborah how to zero in on specific problems with relationships, career pursuits, and current roadblocks to success and happiness. This inspiring show will help you never feel helpless in life or love ever again. Now, here's your host, Deborah Lee.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Friday and the Psychic Love Doctor Show. Those of you who have joined us before, you know I'm Deborah Lee, and this is my substitute co-host sitting in for Lisa, who is off on one of her adventures again. This is Lauren, and oh, is she going to be interesting for you all tonight. Those of you who haven't joined us before, welcome. We love to have new folks sitting in on the show. Now, the readings that I conduct, I use as I'm showing this up to our Facebook Live watchers, is an ordinary deck of playing cards. My grandmother taught me this method about 35 years ago now. She called it personal prophecy. And, you know, my grandmother was up in years, and when she passed on a couple years after she taught me this method, I did as much research as I could on the method and really couldn't find anything that came even close to what makes this method so amazingly empowering and, I think, revolutionary, really. Because what we're going to do is perceive your life in the readings when you call in as you're sitting right here in the present. We are going to look at your future, and then we're going to improve it. If you feel so inclined, we're going to do what we can to make that future even better for you. Now, please know you're not restricted to questions pertaining to love. You can call in about career, family, friends, your kids, your jobs, just you name it. We can look at it in the cards. I have even done readings on animals to find out what they're thinking, what makes them tick. And we can do mediumship if you'd like to receive a message from someone important to you who has passed on to the afterlife. So I want to welcome you, Lauren, for sitting in with us. I know you've done this a couple times in the past.
I have. I'm very excited to be here. It's Friday night. We have our wine.
We do.
So cheers to all of you out there who hopefully are off of work already.
Yes, and unfortunately on the West Coast, some of you might still be toiling away, but hopefully you'll be cutting loose soon too. Now, Lauren, I know that in your short life, because you're a very young gal, you have worn many, many hats professionally.
Yes, this is true.
Well, tell us about a few of these, would you?
All right. I was a cashier at a Farm Fresh that recently is closing down. I worked at Blockbuster. I was a waitress. I went to school to be a teacher, and I'm currently a master stylist and a hairdresser.
And I want to tell you, this girl isn't just talented. She is like truly brilliant. She is a magician with scissors. And I also know that you've had a very colorful career as a hairdresser. And as we wait for folks to call in, and our number for calling in, Lauren, is?
That number is 909-792-5222.
Yay. So as we wait for your calls, I want Lauren to share with you some of the, well, what would you call them, freakier moments?
Oh my goodness. Well, you know, everybody always, you know, well, not all. Some people want to be quiet and, you know, just have a really quiet experience getting their hair done. And other people like to talk a lot. So, you know, there's that. I've had some secret and not so secret admirers during the hair cutting experience, which I generally appreciate. I did have one incident where you know, this gentleman came in, and, you know, I just asked him, I was like, sir, how do you want your hair cut? And he was just, you know, shorter on the sides, longer on top, and I'm just cutting away, and I'm just, you know, asking the questions like I do. How's your day? You know, what do you like? We were talking about traveling, and I noticed that the cape was kind of the cape was shaking a little bit. And it was then that myself and my coworkers had realized that this gentleman was, in fact, he was pleasuring himself during the experience, during the exchange. And, you know, me, I'm just very polite, so I just, you know, continued through the service, just pretending as best I could that I had no idea that this was happening. So I still tried, but you made me recall it. So now...
The secret life of hairdressers.
The secret life is hair splinters.
And what about the other gentleman who came in and decided to go for what I would call a reverse motorboat?
Oh, I do. I did have a guy that used to come in all the time, and I just cut his hair, and like slowly his head just would like start kind of tilting backwards, and I realized he kept trying to like rest his head on my chest. So I just kind of, you know, just slowly just bring it back forward, just straight, just, you know, to continue the haircut as is, but that's always, you know, that's, yes, that happened.
I guess that's his little Benny that he wants from a lovely gal such as yourself.
I never expected. I'm just kind of going through my day, and it takes me a minute. Like sometimes I have to reflect at night and look at what happened during my day, and I'm like, I'm not sure that this was right. So there's that.
So that's just the tip of the iceberg, folks. I guess we should jump into some readings now, because some of you know that you can contact us ahead of time, and we will work your reading into the show. Those of you on Facebook Live, please feel free to post your question in it's like a chat area under the show that's running. Put it up there now. Those who call in are going to get priority, but yes, we will try to get as many of you on the show as we can. And I do go through these chat logs after the show, and if you've posted something that we weren't able to address, I will give it a shot for you. I will do my best to post a reading. So I think our first one is not caller, but you had a message from...
Yes, we had a message from Lisa, and what Lisa wants to know is about her daughter's father. She said that she...
And this is Lisa with an I.
This is Lisa with an I, and she wants to know... She sent her daughter's father a letter today, and she wants to know what's going to happen with it. She's heard that he wants her back, and she really would like to know if this is true.
You know, this is one of the applications of personal prophecy readings that can really give us insight into what's going on and what's he thinking. We often refer to it as metaphysical spying, because we're able to really, like, it's almost as if we're lifting the top of that skull off and seeing all those little machines running and exactly what is going on. So for Lisa, we're going to take a look at this. Now I'm going to ask you to fill the dead air while I'm looking at the cards. So I'm sure you'll think
I'm really interested in knowing, you know, how exactly she found out that he wants her back. I don't know. I think that's an interesting story, but I don't know. I hope...
Now, Lauren, you've told me that the majority of your boyfriends cycle back too.
They, you know, they do have a tendency of, you know, making their way back into well,
they realize they've made a horrendous mistake. This is typical. I hate to always seem like I'm speaking in these old stereotypes, but how do you think they got to be stereotypes? Because people made them that way.
I don't know. I'm starting to just feel like I'm kind of collecting them like Pokemon. Like I'm just like they just come back and they're just like there. And it's nice though, you know, like every 6 months or so, you know, if they break up with their girlfriend or whatever happens, they just kind of check in on me, you know. They want to make sure I am okay and I am fit. Thank you.
That's a really lame way of saying I miss you and I want you back.
They're just concerned citizens.
Well, now speaking to Lisa, I want you to know that yes, what you've heard is true. However, he has tended to speak freely about missing you and wanting you back when there has been, say he's very tired or he's had a little something to drink. So it isn't like common knowledge out on the street. But I do believe the man wants you back. I think he loves you so very much. And like we were just talking to Lauren here, this is not uncommon. In fact, I'd have to say over the 30-some years that I've been giving readings, I have seen that at least 90% of those who break up with a certain woman find their way back to that woman, because nothing gives the heart 20/20 vision quite like being in the arms of the wrong woman. And that's when they want to come back and start over. So sometimes it doesn't hurt to give them a second chance. So Lisa, if that's what you're wondering, I would say go forward cautiously. Make him work for it, honey. You don't want him to think that you were just waiting to be snatched right back up, right? So I would say, excuse me, let him have to pursue you a little bit. But you know what the real deal is. The man still loves you very much. So we hope that you will tune in again with us, Lisa, and let us know how things are going. We do love those updates so very much. So thank you, Lisa. Thank you very much.
Have a good evening, Lisa. All right, I think, do we have Stacy from Virginia?
Yes, she is on the line. Hey, Stacy.
Fantastic.
Hello, Stacy from Virginia.
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Hello. Are you with us?
Yeah, I am.
Whoa.
Hello?
Yes, you are.
Hello, Stacy.
How are you this
Hi.
evening,
How are
hon?
you guys doing?
Are you?
Good,
You don't
how
have
are
us
you?
on speakerphone, do you?
I do not.
Okay, good. Just a note out to all of you, we get better clarity of your phone calls if we aren't on speaker. You don't have us on speakerphone. All right, come on, Stacy, let us have it. What can we do for you tonight?
So, as you know, my love life is never calm. Recently, I had a guy come back who I haven't spoken to since October.
Wow. Wow, and you know what? That's
Yeah.
right in line with what we've just been talking about, how men will come back.
Yes.
Okay,
He's been on my Facebook. He's been on my Plenty of Fish. He's been on my Tinder account, which I can monitor because of what I do, so I can see who sees it. I can see who interacts with my posts and who's been on my profile. Should I contact him? Because I know he's not going to contact me.
Well, now here, excuse me, here is another interesting way that personal prophecy readings become a very useful tool. They will help us to make decisions.
Yes.
So, Stacy, I'm going to lay the cards out for you. And for those of you that are interested, I do use a full 24-card layout. I don't do a quick draw like some online or psychics that are doing shows and giving readings. I prefer to see the whole playing field. And if there's anything that I see that seems of special interest, I definitely share it with our callers. So maybe Lauren will ask you for a couple of details while I lay out your cards.
Yeah.
So
he
what
fell off
what
the face of the earth. Like, he just, one day we had a conversation, and that was it. After that, no more Cody. Like, he was just fucking gone. Excuse my language. He was just gone. And now he's back. I didn't hear anything from him from October 26th until March 30th. Nothing.
So what makes you interested in contacting him again? And do you...
Good question.
Let's see.
Do you want to restart
Honestly,
something?
I don't know. Like, when him and I were together, it was a really good relationship. He's got a lot of attributes that I like in guys. He's tall.
Sure.
He's really good looking. When he's got severe PTSD and depression from being in the Marine Corps, and when he's on his medication and he's level, he's really awesome. What I personally think happened is he went off his medication.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, and he kind of went off in another way, which I'll explain to you in a minute. I would say that he is creeping around and stuff because he wants to apologize. He wants to make amends. He really wants to try to be a better man for you. Now, do you feel like that resonates? Because it is a long time that he went poof.
It
Yes?
does, because like I can see like the pictures that he had sent me in the past. His eyes were like empty looking. His eyes are bright now, and he looks healthy and he looks happy. And like
Sure.
to me, it looks like he's looking directly at me in these photos that he has posted. If that makes sense.
Well, I've got to tell you now that one thing I am seeing here is that he was a bit of a bad boy. He had met a woman or seen another woman who was definitely not you, and he wanted to pursue her. And in essence, it was as if he betrayed your relationship with him. But she wasn't having it. I mean, she might have dallied with him a little bit, in like 5 minutes. But after
5-minute dally. It was just a 5-minute dally.
Yeah, so she really.
Sorry.
That's good, though. I like that. But now he's so sorry to himself, to you, and I don't know if he'll ever tell you about what he did, but it's right there. 4 diamonds all over it, girl.
He'll make up for it with a 10-minute dally.
Yeah. I think you could have him back for good this time, but I wouldn't make it too easy.
No.
Men by nature are hunters and pursuers. So let him pursue you a little bit. And as far as calling him, sure, why not? Because I like to think the relationships are based, hopefully, primarily on friendship, and people are friends first, last, and always. And if you ever truly loved him, you would love him still now. It never dies. It's just that you can't make it together, So she seems like she wants to disagree, but I'm just going to tell her zip it for right now, and we'll do that after we get done with Stacy. Stacy, I say get a hold of him. What do you think?
As long as it's longer than a 5-minute dally, I think it's why not?
Well, punt. I mean, put the ball in his court and see what he's going to do with it. That's what I would do.
He's probably going to put the ball in her court, but I don't know.
Oh, it is a spicy Friday.
Hey. Thank you, Stacy. I'm sorry. I'm horrible.
No, she's not. She's sweet as a cream puff. Could just sink your teeth into her. But no, I agree with her. Don't let him give you the same 5-minute dally he gave that other one.
Oh.
No 5-minute dallies, okay? But I think if you just want to say, hey, what's up? Has he made his presence known? Like, did he leave a message?
No, he's just been on my accounts. Like, he's been.
So do you want to tell him that?
He's lurking. He's a lurker.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, so do you want to, if it was me, I would tell him, I would let him know. Well, I
don't know. I don't know, though, because the lurking is like the first phase, okay? They will, like, lurk for a little bit, and then, like, you got to kind of wait it out a little bit, and then you'll get kind of, like, a message and be like, hey, I was just thinking about you. And then if you don't really respond to that, then they'll be like, I'm really sorry about how things, made it. He doesn't sound like that. Like, your guy doesn't sound like that, but I'm just saying, like, most of them sound like that. So I don't know. I think you can call him, but if you're a little bit more patient, I think he's definitely seems like he's looking at all of your stuff. So I feel like, I don't know. I feel like he'll probably come to her.
And this girl here, Lauren, is a professional dater, so she's got some.
Not perfect. I don't get paid.
That's true. You just don't.
I'm a volunteer.
But Stacy, I know your nature and your personality, and I think you're a lot like me, where you just want to get it out there. What's going on? What's happening? I just don't see you with coy disguises and considering how dynamic you are as a person. So you make the decision, but your cards are in support.
What are you going to do? Are you going to call him or are you going to wait? What are you going to do?
I don't know. That's why I called you guys. Should I message? I don't.
Accurate.
So he changed his number. Because I had randomly text messaged. I had gotten a new phone, so I sent a message out like, hey guys, this is my new phone number.
Sure.
And I had gotten a text back from his old number. Hey, I think you have the wrong number. This is Nicole. And I was like, oh, sorry.
Well.
Do you have any other means, like how you can
his email
contact
address.
him?
No email.
I have his email.
Traditional stalking, like in person. Where does he work?
I would not, because he's a staff sergeant in the Marine Corps.
Okay.
I am not going to his work because that would be, why do you have somebody that graciously outranks you coming to your work?
Okay.
True.
So I would not do that.
So make him climb that mountain called Stacy. Make him come to you. But I still think a little phone call would kind of smoke him out of the bushes that he's not being that clever. You know, he's probably sitting there all smug thinking, well, I'm clever. I'm checking up on her. And
I think you should call him, and then you should call us next week.
And tell us.
And tell us what happened.
Okay, I'll send him an email then.
Yes.
An email sounds good. A nice...
Keep it casual and a little bit fun, maybe slightly flirty, but don't go overboard.
Like a winky emoticon.
Okay. I'll send him a winky smiley face.
Start out with a smiley face. You know, if things get a little bit, risky, like later on, just go daring and just go with the winky emoticon.
And Stacy, thank you for having a pair to be the first one to call in and break the ice for tonight. So I think that is going to mean you and I are going to meet up in my office in Virginia Beach, and we're going to have a little bit more in-depth reading for you as your gift, okay?
Okay, will do. All right, love you guys.
All right, bye-bye, honey. We love you too.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah. Woo! See, now this is good. We're helping.
Good. Okay.
Putting some good energy out there.
Some good energy. Some 5-minute dallies.
All right, everybody. The cards they're hot and sizzling. I can hear them. So we should move on to either another caller or Daryl. Have you got? Oh, he's shaking his head. But I know you have somebody that contacted us.
I do. So I have a friend. Is it okay if I just say anonymous? Because they asked me to do it anonymous. Okay. So I have a friend who his significant other has been online and is sending nude photos and texting men for money online. And they had a conversation about it, and she said that she was not going to do it anymore. But he recently went under an alias to go and see if she was still doing it, and she did. She entertained him
Are they married or?
They are living together, and he kind of, wants to know if this is something that because she lied about doing it. She said she wasn't doing it anymore, and yeah, well, he wants to know if this is something that she's going to continue to do, or if it's...
I mean, duh.
I mean, I don't know.
All right, let's let the cards figure this one out. Daryl's saying kick her to the curb, and, I'm being a little bit presumptive here, so let's see what the deck has to say.
Personally, I mean, I don't know. I guess everybody has their different levels of things. It's not something that I would do, but I have to say, some people are making a lot of money
Is she
that
doing
way.
Well?
She makes quite a bit from doing that, so I don't know. I'm like...
So what is she doing? Just it's not like live webcam? Or?
I think he doesn't really know the extent to what she's doing, but he does know things she's done in the past. But, I think, and he said, what bothers him most is the lying about it. And sure. I guess for him, really, the line is really just, he doesn't like that she's doing it. But I think the line for him is really, he's concerned that it's going to turn into something that's more like in person. Like, how far is she willing to go with it?
Well, and that is the core of the whole situation. Let's pause for a moment for a station identification.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, K292FQ Riverside, and K293CF Moreno Valley.
Yes. Hello, back again. we're dealing with Anonymous, who has caught his significant other who he lives with. What exactly is she doing?
She is taking nude photos. I guess men will send, have like, I don't know, like a wish list of like, I want to see you wearing this or whatever.
Or
and they
performing.
they'll pay a certain amount of money, or they'll just pay. I don't know. I'm not doing things right, because they'll just pay, like, they'll just empty their pockets, I guess, into these accounts, like thousands of dollars a month, just to text them. And
I think those are probably men that are never going to have sex for real with somebody real.
Maybe not, but I don't. He really wants to know if it's going to go anything more.
I think the real issue here is the lack of trust and a lack of honesty.
Right.
And because I don't think he really is minding the fact that these photos and things are actually traveling a long distance. They're not local.
Right.
So, and a lot of them are out of the country. But imagine if either one of them wants to, say, one day run for office.
Sure.
Or they have to have a really deep security check. Daryl, what were you going to say?
Yeah,
security. These can be life changers, and not in a good way.
Right.
So I would really say I think they both need to take a big break.
Okay.
Get some counseling.
Yeah.
And make her fess up that she really enjoys this. This is what she wants to do. And if they're going to pursue like a fringe kind of relationship this way, then set boundaries.
I think.
And let him be in on it. I mean,
I didn't want to say it, but I think that she kind of enjoys it. Like, I think that it's more than just the money for her. Like, I think it's exciting for her.
She's an exhibitionist, very much so.
I think that.
And he really could. The potential is here that he could participate as her manager, as her accountant. I don't know, but they could work this out as her cameraman. Yes. So I like to stay very non-judgmental when it comes to readings. I mean, takes all types to fill the freeway, and how they say, to each their own. So we really just try to be as open and what would you call that besides non-judgmental? Try to be.
We're very chill. We're really
we're
relaxed. It's cool here. Everything's okay.
Oh, she's having a wonderful time. Let's go to Christina from Ohio. She's on the phone. Hi, Christina. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Deb.
How are you?
I am fabulous. Sort of, hopefully, on the road to many good blessings.
I'm having a hard time understanding your words. Okay. You don't have us on speaker, right?
No, I do not.
Okay, you sound clearer now. Can you say again, repeat what you just said?
I said I am hopefully on the road to many more blessings.
Wonderful.
Yay.
Wonderful. What can I tell you about tonight in terms of your reading?
I had a reading with you Monday night.
Yes.
Okay.
We did a video chat.
Yes. I remember.
You were 100% correct.
Well, I'm so glad that it could be helpful for you. I've thought about you ever since.
I did it, and I got he's where he needs to be right now. I guess I want to see, well, where do you see this going? I know in my heart I love this gentleman.
Yes.
But I want to know that it's going to definitely be positive improvement.
And you're staying away from that other female, right?
Yes, she's made death threats, but she's...
Yeah, don't poke that bear. That is a bad bear to poke, okay?
Why is she a bad bear?
Well, without revealing too much, she had influence over several people that were actually drug addicted. And she had them doing some really criminal things and would threaten to kill them if they didn't do her bidding.
Oh, yeah, let's not do that bear.
Yeah, so I'm going to lay out your cards, Christina, and I'm going to look at the future for you. And Lauren will chat with you for a minute or so while I do this.
So, Christina, can you tell us a little bit about your love interest? what is it about him that makes him so special to you?
Well, you ever met somebody that you just know that's your person?
Yeah.
That is
I
my person.
thought I did, but let's see.
I walked through hell barefoot without a second thought in order to make sure that he got what he needed.
And that
Aww.
is truly love. And she doesn't need to go into a lot of details, but let me tell you, she's not being dramatic here, folks. This is the truth. I mean, this girl, this beautiful human being that she is, really, really cares for this man. And I want to tell you, Christina, he is front and center here. And oh, he wants to come home to you so bad. And that desire, that longing, yearning, you know, there's so much involved here in his feelings. They're so deep that is going to be his guiding star through all of this, because he knows to the very bottom of his soul that you have saved his life. And wow, it's so moving, so moving. And
That's amazing.
I think you have an incredible story to tell that when all is said and done, you may want to consider possibly putting together a book. I mean, I could see this actually becoming a film one day. There's so many angles and twists and turns. I mean, this has really been the fight of your life, right?
Yes, and I'm wondering if it's now becoming my passion.
Your passion?
Because we're so quick to just throw people away.
Right.
Everybody is worth.
You are so right. I want to talk to you as soon as we can talk. I'd like to pursue that passion with you and help you to like clarify it and bring it more into focus. And we can do that when we're not on the air, okay?
Yeah.
I'll contact you after the show. But I love that. I really think it's a calling for you, hon. I do. A lot of times our own true calling in life will come from a tragedy or a very challenging and painful experience like this. So, well, God bless you for one thing. You stuck to it. You fought off those demons and you went and got your man.
I did.
Yay, Christina!
Yeah, we should all be clapping for you.
I would do it again.
Aw. And you know, he's got that son there. I think you should try taking baby steps to really develop a relationship with that boy. He needs someone like you in his life while his father is going through all of these. You know, he's got a lot ahead of him. It's not going to be a pretty path, but he can do it. That man can do it, and you are going to be the guiding light for him in all of this.
I told him that to be the leader, I have to make sure that he believes in himself. Because that's what a leader is.
Exactly. And I really think that you are certainly the woman for the job. So I hope you'll stay in touch with us. I will contact you. But it'd be wonderful to keep hearing from you in the future because, you know, Christina, there's a lot of people out there going through the very same type of situations. And they feel so lost and alone. It would be nice for you to be able to, you know, reassure them that love can win. Yeah. Love.
Yay!
All right, Christina, thank you. You have yourself a wonderful evening, and I'll be in touch.
Absolutely. Thank you. You guys have a great night.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
Oh, makes me feel so good. Yes.
Aww.
Yeah. Well, people don't come for a reading just to say, hi, how are you? Everything's great. You know? And you, my dear, you were picking up on this method a few years ago.
I did. I'm a little bit out of practice, but I really like it. It does. I feel like the way that you wrote the book, the name of the book is...
Well, this isn't going to be a commercial.
No, but
it's the message, your secrets
the message
in the cards.
And I read it, and I got out the cards, and it's interesting because you're shuffling these cards and I was doing the readings, and the readings really made sense with the questions that I was asking. And, I have to admit that, I do feel like some of the responses all, were very...
I can't explain it myself. It just is what it is.
Right.
And I feel like I'm only the middleman here.
Right.
So, thanks to Grandma. Anyway, we had another message that came in from our regular watcher, listener. Her name is Ellie.
Oh, okay.
And Ellie always likes to get an update on her situation with Andrew. Now,
Okay.
Andrew is an on and off type of situation she has had with him, and lately it's been more on than off.
Okay.
So she'd kind of like to know what the outlook is for the future.
Okay.
Okay? So here I'm going to lay out Ellie's cards.
I'm excited. Is Andrew attractive?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Is she
Andrew,
attractive? Oh, yes.
they're both attractive, okay. And they're on again, off again, but they're on right now.
Yes, and the thing is, the passion between them is so thick you could cut it with a knife.
Okay.
And the problem is that he's been, well, actually, both of them have been deeply hurt in a past relationship.
Okay.
So sometimes that trauma just doesn't, go away. A lot of people say time heals all wounds, but sometimes time isn't the only factor. It can take we have to heal ourselves. And that is where kind of the work comes in.
Okay.
Getting counseling or, getting a reading.
I like it.
Things like that can be very, very helpful. So to send out to Ellie, let's see what we've got. You are going on a trip, and there is still, and it seems to be a situation where he is involved.
Okay.
This could be a time with the two of you getting away from mundane, everyday, routine matters where you might really get a chance to talk, which I'm feeling is definitely in the cards for them. Now, the thing to understand about Andrew is he's a hot mess in the sense that he can't stay away from you because you are just the ideal of everything he's ever wanted in a mate, but he still worries. He's still feeling a deep sense of fear that, oh my God, what if I invest again and this one hurts me too?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very real fear that I think people can have. But Ellie is the cat's pajamas, so I don't think she should have anything to fear.
I don't think he's going to find anybody to love him as much as she
No.
does. So maybe he ought to bet on it. Put his chips on her number and see what happens. Getting hurt isn't the worst thing that can happen in life. That old saying,
yeah.
Better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. All right, well, we have somebody on the phone, and then we're going to you, Daryl. He's got somebody for us, too.
We have Veronica from California.
Hello, Veronica. Thank you for calling the show.
Ladies. Yes, thank you. I enjoy listening to your show.
Oh,
And,
thank you. Doesn't that kind of make your night, Lauren?
It
Thank
does.
you. We appreciate that.
Yes,
We
of
do.
course.
Now,
So-
how can we help you this evening?
So I'm calling because, I'm grateful for the life that I have, but I think I'm getting to the point where, I'm setting some boundaries, and that's something that you always talk about. I just want to know, what's in the future when it comes to relationships. Should I just, kind of put my hands up in the air and give up, let it naturally progress, or keep fighting, for love? I'm kind of lost in that realm of my life right now.
Are you involved with someone?
It's more like there's no commitment. So my feelings are there. It's just there's no commitment. So I'm really wanting to put the boundaries and kind of
Sure.
I want to know, set the boundaries or keep it going, see if it'll progress.
Okay.
What kind of boundaries are you thinking that you should put on the relationship?
Like where you are not kind of putting your happiness aside, that kind of a thing, like being really true to yourself, what you want, you know. And I know loneliness, like you said, is hard and having heartbreak, but then, you know, how do you know when to let it go or keep going?
If you think about it, everything in life is a risk.
Right.
And some people are really good as risk takers, and some of the rest, they get burnt once or twice. They're like, whoo, I don't want to go near that again. So, well, let's see what your cards have to say for you. I want you to know the one thing the cards want to remind you is that you are beautiful, you are a intelligent, highly intelligent, and desirable woman that has her pick of men if she wants to do that. And that's literally right here. I mean, look at all the men, Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
She sees them. They're just men.
All of them are there.
Yes, they're crawling out of the woodwork for you. The question is, do you want to put your life on hold and wait for this one who may never actually come around? Now, I can tell you that in many readings I've given, I will advise women to end it and just say, I can't live in this in-between halfway world anymore. So if there comes a point that you're ready to make a commitment and you want to step up and honor that commitment, call me, come, find me. Until then, best of luck to you. And most men, like we were talking at the start of the show, they're going to come back. And Daryl, you're sitting here hoping we weren't going to call on you, but we are. He's going to represent the entire male gender and tell us, why do you guys do that? And speak up for us all.
I have no idea why guys do that.
I think it's nostalgia. I think that obviously men start out, I think that they end up pursuing you because obviously they're attracted to you and those characteristics. And I think that even when you break up, I don't think that necessarily changes. And then I think that there's always going to be a curiosity because, men are hunters. So what happens to their trophies when they leave them and then they're going elsewhere? And I think that curiosity, and especially if they're lonely or they just got broken up with or they're not happy in their relationships, I think that they tend to look for their last trophy versus finding...
Oh my God, they realize they've made a big mistake.
I think there's that too, but I think a lot of it's like nostalgia, and I think that they're like, obviously he's attracted to you and he's going to want to come back to you, but...
I say, Veronica, try the boundaries so you don't make a decision too hastily and then you look back and think, well, what if we had done this or that? Do that, don't you think? Yes.
I think you should set really high boundaries. I think you should, see if he's willing, what are you looking for in a relationship? And I don't think you should be gray or cloudy about what those boundaries are that you want. I think you should be very direct and tell him exactly what you want, because I do think that that's something that women do, or we tend to do, is we're very vague about what we want, and then men tend to be more direct. So I think just be very direct about what exactly it is you're looking for, and if he can't meet those goals or your demands, I hate to put it like that, but I think that you should, I think there are going to be...
It's a negotiation.
Yeah. And
so you can come out strong, is what you're saying.
I mean, and there were, in her reading, there were lots of men there waiting for you, so I think there might be a man waiting there for you that is going to meet those.
You don't have to worry about being alone, is what we're saying.
It might be Jared Leto.
Oh!
You don't know.
I guess
like Jared Leto.
He's your McDreamy, isn't he?
Jared Leto's a lot of things. Or Zac Efron. Either one of them can be my friend. Hello.
Okay, well, Veronica, seriously, I would...
Thank you.
Hello?
Yeah, thank you so much. Everything that you said makes so much sense, and I'll keep calling to get more clarity, and I really appreciate what you're doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much to hear that from you. It just, oh, yeah, thank you. Full of gratitude here. And, remember, you are a beautiful, exciting, intelligent woman. And this man needs to either, what's that expression? Like tinkle and get off the pot? Or
piss or get off the pot. My mom likes that one.
Okay, and please let us know how it goes, okay? We'll be here rooting for you. All right, honey, have a good weekend. Bye-bye. I love that.
I think it's great. I think you help a lot of people sort
Thank
through.
you. Well, I think we're good entertainment in some ways, too, because we're not like the typical psychic experience.
No,
we're
we're like
all the wooey and the...
Right, a psychic experience, but we're the cool psychic experience.
Well, we are. Okay, what do you got for us, Daryl?
All right, Lois wants to know, is love coming my way?
Oh, Lois. Don't we all want to know that? Is love coming Lois's way? Is love coming on Lois's lane?
That's good.
I was trying.
It's probably too hard for you to ask her any questions. Like, okay, well, we're just gonna do it.
Lois, good old Lois.
You know, sometimes when we ask that question, as Lisa would say if she were here instead of globetrotting, she would say that energy follows thought. And when you put it into words and you put it out there, that energy, it will literally can make the creation of reality.
That's why I keep saying Zac Efron or Jared Leto. It's going to come after me.
What if they both come? Then what are you going to do?
I mean, I could just have them arm wrestle, you know, just to like, you know, nothing crazy. Not like a, you know, like a duel, but like just like hand wrestle. Or maybe they'll, you know, I don't know. It'll be good. We can just play like quiz trivia.
If they're out there listening,
call us.
Yeah.
I'm here for you. And make everything better.
Okay, good. Here, this is good news for you, Lois. Here's the thing. In order for love to come your way, you've got to put yourself in its path.
Yes.
You've got to, your cards are saying, only rarely does the knight in shining armor ride up on a white horse and, you know, carry you off.
Yes.
Very rarely do they turn out to be a good pick off of a dating website.
It might be a Chevy Impala. Good.
New or old? Classic?
It might be like a 99. It might have suspension issues, but you know, it doesn't say anything about the driver. You know, he could be.
That's right. It might have an interior that is just sweet.
Right. You might, yeah.
Okay, Lois, you're going to have to put yourself out there a little bit. It's like the old blue shirt exercise that we often do on the show. If you were here and I said, Lois, go across the street to 7-Eleven, get me a cup of coffee, and you do, and you come back, and I say, all right, how many people were wearing a blue shirt in the store? Well, you weren't thinking about that, so you don't know. Well, what if I send you back and I say, go get another cup of coffee, and now count all the blue shirts? You're going to notice every single one of them, and you're going to come back with an accurate number. See, because you have become aware. You're consciously aware. And that's what your cards are saying. You need to do is be aware of the interest around you of, I mean, there are so many partners here that you could have. Some of them you'd have to weed out because they're married, you know, but the vast majority are going to be out there and available to you. You could be getting gas, picking up a few things at the store. I mean, there's a lot of serendipity, I think, involved with love. And you date a lot, so
yeah.
What do you
date a lot?
Well,
I'm not like, you know, I date some.
You've had a colorful dating history.
I have. I mean, you know, men are pretty much everywhere you look. So I think it's actually harder. I think if you decide, you know, I'm going to be single and I'm not going to get in a relationship, that's actually harder to do than to not. So I think, you know, go out there, you know.
Because there's a big shift coming to your life, Lois. And if there is a man attached, and he's right here, he's, he's going to come with a lot of intention for you, almost as if you are the woman of his dreams. And why can't you be? Think about that.
Is there, do you see anything in her cards as far as like what she should be looking for? Like, is there anything about his physical appearance or his demeanor that you're kind of seeing?
I feel he's got lighter hair. Could be reddish or blonde.
All right.
Possibly gray category, but I'm not feeling that so strongly.
Does he have good pecs? Like a nice chest, like a biceps?
He's in good shape. We'll put it that way.
All right.
But he's got a heart that is just like a big teddy bear heart.
All right.
And he is a committable man. This is a man that likes to live in captivity. I feel it's somebody who's been divorced quite some time, and they're ready now to enter into the soulmate relationship of his life. And boy, he couldn't be more ripe for picking either. Ooh.
He's very ripe.
And he is going to make you so happy. So what you should do now is use this higher vibration that we've given you through the reading, and I'm trying to think of what the word is. Manifest this man.
Speak it into existence.
I have one client who actually writes every night a short letter to the man she has not met yet.
Oh.
Which I think is pretty awesome, and that's her way of manifesting. Others in the audience often tell us that the best way to manifest is to write up like a shopping list. Must be honest, loyal, all the things that you would desire in a man. And then it could be almost like, sending your order to Amazon, and it's going to come back with free shipping.
No, I think that's important. I think like you were talking about with being the awareness of the blue shirts, I think if you're aware of what kind of qualities it is that you're looking for, you'll be more aware of that when you go out. And maybe you'll be better than me because I can't approach anyone. But, get out there,
That's nice smile.
A nice smile.
Hello, how are you? You don't have to get out there and do a dance or anything.
Don't do a dance. I might do a dance.
She might.
I like to ask people what kind of bread they like. That's my leading flirt
that
question. I'm like, are you a rye guy or a sourdough? I don't know.
How
not really
unique. But then she's kind of very unique
too.
I'm
very awkward. That's what that's
No,
called.
Lois, you're ready for this because I feel that you're asking this as a confirmation. You just needed that little bit of extra energy put into it.
I said, go grab some wine. Get out there. Don't drive anywhere.
Right. But just make yourself seem approachable. Sometimes when we're shy, especially, we can send off kind of a snotty vibe.
Yes.
That people will misinterpret.
Just have a little. No. You just smile. Smiling's good. Eye contact is good. Maybe not like a closed lip smile, but like an actual smile. Like do a little teeth is good.
A little bit of teeth.
A little bit of teeth, and I think Lois is gonna make it. I'm rooting for Lois.
I am too, and we want Lois to keep us informed so we can travel this journey with her, and we will cheer you on. And we can't wait to find out that she is all hooked up.
With Superman.
And we love to come to weddings. We do. We'll come. We'll dance.
I will go to weddings. I will drink at that open bar.
And I can even conduct weddings. I am an officiant of the state of Virginia. Are we still a state or are we still a Commonwealth?
We are a Commonwealth.
Okay.
But she will officiate the heck out of that wedding.
Well, we are running really short on time, folks. So we hope that you will definitely join us again next Friday, same time, same place. Also, if you don't have it yet, please get the Psychic Love Doctor free reading app. You can give yourself readings. It's not going to pump sunshine up your skirt, I'll tell you that much, because it's the real deal. And, sometimes we need that negative perception so we can redirect our lives accordingly. Right now, when you go to the Google App Store, you're only going to find it available for Androids. But here's a nice little workaround for you. Go to my website, psychiclovedoctor.com, and on the menu, you'll see free reading. Pick that, and then copy the URL and put bookmark it, and it's the same reading app right there, but it's done in a website. So thanks to all. What do we got? Well, they're going to kick us out any second.
Yay!
From Grandma, to dream is to believe. And once you believe, all things are possible. Good night, everybody. We love you.
Good night, Zac Efron.
KCAA Loma Linda, 1050 AM, 106.5 FM, and now 102.3 FM.
So, you want to be in show business. Do people tell you that you're really funny, you have a great personality, and you should have your own talk show? Many of us have